The Magical Garden of Wonders by Little Lantern Tales. One sunny afternoon, a curious girl named Luna, with long brown hair tied in two neat braids and a dress filled with silver stars, wandered into the forest with her three best friends. Oliver the owl, a wise bird with purple feathers and round glasses; Milo the fox, playful and full of energy with his green scarf; and Bella the bunny, gentle and kind, always wearing her favorite pink dress. While they were playing near an old oak tree, Luna noticed something strange. A wooden door carved into the trunk of the tree shimmered as if it was made of magic, and from behind it came a soft humming sound. With wide eyes and beating hearts, friends stepped through the glowing doorway and into a world they had never imagined. They had entered the Garden of Wonders, a place where flowers whispered secrets. Butterflies sparkled in the air, and mushrooms glowed like lanterns. As they walked deeper into this magical world, they found a ring of talking flowers. Each flower had a face and a voice, and they all sang the same riddle. I rise in the morning and sleep at night. I shine so bright and give you light. What am I? Luna smiled. The sun? She answered with confidence. The flowers giggled in delight and opened a hidden path. The path led to a glowing rainbow bridge that arched over a sparkling river. On the other side, a shining hill covered in star-shaped crystals rose high into the sky. This was Star Hill, and at its peak sat the Crystal of Kindness. Luna reached out and touched it gently. Soft light spread through the air, wrapping around her and her friends, filling their hearts with joy, warmth, and courage. Afterwards, the garden began to shift and change again. A soft breeze swept through, carrying glowing sparkles and whispers only Luna could hear. The wind told them of a hidden place known as the Sky Pond. When they arrived, the pond reflected the night sky, even though the sun still shone above. It was a mirror of the stars, showing distant galaxies and glowing dreams. Beside the pond, a floating mirror of true feelings appeared. Each of them saw a memory. Luna hugging a sad friend, Oliver reading two forest animals, Bella sharing her last carrot, and Milo helping someone climb a rock. The garden was reminding them that their greatest magic was the goodness in their hearts. Not far from there stood the Carousel of Choices, a magical ride with creatures like unicorns, dragons, and griffins. Each friend chose the one that spoke to their soul. Their paths would test their bravery, creativity, wisdom, and kindness. But just as they began their ride, dark clouds rolled in. A sudden storm of doubt surrounded them. Lightning danced across the sky, and fear began to grow in their hearts. But they huddled close, held hands, and remembered what they had learned. Together, they calmed the storm with trust and love. To thank them, the garden gave them each a glowing pendant, one that would always remind them of what they had learned. They then explored the Library of Leaves, where books floated and opened by themselves, telling stories of old. Oliver was in heaven, flying between the shelves. Soon after, they had to cross the puzzle path, where every step required teamwork and clever thinking. Bella's gentle brain and Luna's curiosity helped guide them across. In a flower-filled grove, tiny glowing glow sprites danced around them, teaching them to slow down and notice the beauty in the quiet. They later entered the Dream Dome, a soft glowing space where their dreams floated above them like clouds. Luna saw herself flying through the stars. Milo saw new lands. Bella imagined a giant flower garden, and Oliver dreamed of a forest school. The garden even showed them the clock of moments, where time ticked slowly and memories of their journey floated like glowing orbs around them. Each memory was a reminder that the smallest moments can mean the most. Near the end of their journey, they met the Garden Guardian, a gentle, towering being made of vines and flowers. It bowed to them, proud of how far they had come. The Guardian led them to 4 glowing paths. Each friend walked a path of their own, facing a personal challenge that made them stronger. As the sky turned gold, the garden threw a festival of light in their honor. Lanterns floated in the air, magical creatures danced, and joy filled the night. But even magical adventures must end. The next morning, the glowing doorway appeared again. Luna and her friends stood in front of it, holding their gifts close. They turned one last time to look at the garden, now blooming brighter than ever, and stepped through. Back in the forest, everything seemed more magical than before. The leaves shimmered, the birds sang more clearly, and the world felt full of stories waiting to be told. Luna sat beneath a tall tree. Animals gathered around as she began to tell the tale of the Garden of Wonders, a tale of kindness, courage, friendship, and the magic that lives in every heart.